Hello all. In the previous video, we have discussed about a linked list and how is it different from an array, and we have also implemented the linked list in Java. We have created the insert function and we have created a display function. In the previous video, the insert function which we have discussed is to insert an element at the end of a linked list. In this video, we're going to discuss how to insert an element at the start of a linked list and also how to delete an element at the start of a linked list. Let's get started. First, let's discuss about how to insert an element at the start of a linked list. So let me take a linked list. I'll take null. Okay, 10, 20, 30. Head. So my head will be pointing to the first node. This is how a linked list look like, right? Now we're going to discuss the insert at start. So in order to insert at start, so whatever it is, insertion at end or start, first thing we'll do is we'll create a node, right? I'll create a node first. How to create a node? We'll take the node and we'll insert the data. We'll just put the data, whatever we want to be in that. Now this is my node. So initially it will be null here, right? So I've created my new node. I'll call it as a new node. My new node. Now we want this element to be inserted at the start of a linked list. If it is at the end, what we'll do? We'll traverse till this point and we'll simply attach this, right? This is in case of insertion at the end, but inserting at start, how can we do that? So if this element is the starting element, how will the state of my linked list will be? My head will be pointing to this and this should point to the second element, right? Let's say this is the first element, then obviously this will be my second element, right? So then this will be pointing to this, right? So we need to do the same, exactly the same. Now how can we do that? So what we'll do is we'll say I will make this node, the new node, point to the already existing first node. How can I do that? I'll simply say my new node dot next equal to head. So what will do? Head means head will always point to the first, right? So I am making my new node point to the first node. That is done. And the next thing we have to do is this is the first node now. So what I have to do? I have to make my head. I have to make my head point to this. We'll remove this connection and I'll make my head to point to this. So now after this, what will be the state of the linked list? It will be like this. It will be 40, 10, 20, 30. And my head is pointing to this because once we did this, what we'll do is I'll say head equal to new node. Once I did head equal to new node, my head will stop pointing to the first node which was previous first node, and will start pointing to the new first node. Done. If we see the code for this, I'll write a function insert at start. We'll take data of integer type for now. So what I have to do? I'll create a new node new node equal to new node data. Then I'll make my new node point to the first node. New node dot next equal to first node means the head. Once I made this, I have to make my head point to the new node because this is the first node now, right? Done. It is that simple. Let's implement the code for this. Now I'll create a function, public void insert at start data. I'll create a new node equals to node. I'll take data in this. Done. I've created a node. Next thing I have to do is I'll say new node dot next equal to head. Now I made my new node point to the first node. Now this became the first node, but one more thing we have to do is I have to make my head point to the newly created first node. Done. Just that simple. Let's run this. So I'll take, so right now this insert function will insert at the end of list, right? Now I'll run this. So if you see 10 is inserted first, then 20, then 30. Insertion at end. Now what I'll do, I'll say list dot insert at start. I'll insert 40. Now again I'll print my list dot display. Now let's clear this and run it again. Now if you see, initially it was this. Later on I've inserted 40 at the start of the list. Then my state of linked list is like this. 40 is inserted at the start. If I run it again, I'll insert 50. Run this. So yeah, 40 is inserted at start. Then again 50 is inserted at the start. This is how we insert an element at the start of a linked list. Now let's see how to delete an element at the start of a linked list. How to delete at start. Again, let me take a linked list quickly. 30, 20, 10. My head is pointing to this. Okay. Now this is null. We have to delete an element at the start, right? So now let's see how the state of linked list if my start node is not present. If this is not present, how will my linked list look like? It will be something like 20, 30, only two nodes. This is pointing to null. My head will be here, right? If I don't have a first node. So we need to reach this state from here. How can we do that? Let's see. Okay, let me clear this now. So to do that, what we'll do is I have to make my head point to this, right? I have to make my head point to the second node. If I make that, obviously I'll lose this connection. Done. I will lose this node. Means we have deleted this node. How can we do that? My head is pointing to the starting node, right? So what I'll do, what is this? Can I say this as head dot next? Head dot next means this node, right? Head is first node. First node dot next node is 20, right? I can say this as head dot next, right? So what I'll do, head equal to head dot next. Done. We have just deleted the element at the start. Once we lose the connection to this node, obviously it will be garbage collected, right? Now there is one more edge case for this. Let's say we don't have any elements. If we don't have any elements, my head will be null, right? So we need to handle this case also. If my head is null, no need to delete anything, right? Let's see the code for this. I'll write a function public void delete at start Done. So we have discussed, we need to check one condition, right? If my head is null, I want to delete. I'll just say my list is empty. List is empty. Return. Done. We have handled the condition. Next, what we have to do is, I'll say my head equal to head dot next. Make the head pointer point to the second node, then we'll just lose the first node. Done. Now let's try to run this. So I'll clear this. So now we'll run this. Okay, I missed a semicolon. Yeah, let's run this. Clear, run. Now my linked list is like this. So what I'll do, I'll say list dot delete at start. So if I run delete at start, 10 need to be deleted, right? Okay, let me display it again. List dot display. Let's run this. So if you see, initially it was 10, 20, and 30. We have deleted the first node, right? Now, if I don't add any elements, if I don't have any elements, now I'll try to delete. Let's see. It says the list is empty, right? So this is how we delete a node from a linked list at the start. In the next video, we'll be discussing how to delete a node at end of a linked list. Okay, thank you.